Alright, now that we've covered the walls of your rig, let's talk about the flooring. Building a floor is usually the first project after installation, since you won't be able to build anything else until the floor is in place. There are several things to consider when designing the floor: good insulation, height, durability, cleanliness, and aesthetic. No matter what van lifestyle you live, your van will gather a lot of dust even if you stay on the main road, so it's best to get something that will be easy to clean. Your van floor will have a few different layers depending on your choices. Your first step will be to remove the factory floor. In a Sprinter van, the factory floor is a wood composite that has a lot of flex, so as you load up the floor with varying weights, it can create a bubble or bow in places, hence why you want to remove it. Next, you'll install some sound dampening and insulation. Proper insulation is an important and necessary component for creating an energy-efficient camper. Without insulation, you lose a ton of heat and cool air comes up through the floor, and in the winter that means very cold feet when you're walking around in your van. Plus, the insulation, with or without additional sound dampening material, will help reduce the road noise. Many DIYers recommend a poly-iso rigid foam board for floor insulation. After the insulation, you'll have a plywood subfloor layer. If you're DIYing your build, I suggest using the factory floor as a template for your new floor. This will save you a lot of time and headache involved in measuring the curves of your van. In my second van, for the subfloor, Outside Van used a 7-layer marine grade plywood. It's a little thicker and heavier than some van builders might use, but it's very strong and durable, so there's absolutely no flex in the floor when you place heavy items on it. Keep in mind here, everything you build into the floor and ceiling will reduce the overall standing space in the van. If you're tall, you're going to want to pay attention to the thickness of these materials you're using. Then comes the top layer of flooring, the one that you'll be standing on and looking at every single day. Depending on your floor plan, you might need different types of floor in certain spaces. For example, you might want a smooth, aesthetically pleasing floor in the living space, but a durable utility floor in the garage space under your bed. You've got options for both. Laminate tongue and groove floors are inexpensive, easy to install, and come in a wide variety of colors and designs, making them very popular for DIYers. Hardwood flooring is beautiful but tends to be very thick and heavy, so laminate is a wiser choice for your van floor. If you're going for a wood look, I recommend something that has a mixed grain of darker and lighter colors, so all the wood throughout the van will complement the floor. Plus, it will hide both light and dark debris. In my first van, I had a dark tongue and groove laminate wood floor. It looked really nice when it was clean, but otherwise, all I saw was my dog's dirt-covered paw prints all over the floor. If wood isn't your look, tongue and groove is also available in designs and other solid prints, so you should be able to find something that suits your style. Vinyl is another popular option because it's relatively thin, lightweight, waterproof, and strong. A company called Lawn Seal makes a variety of high-density vinyl flooring, and you can browse the many options on their website. In my second van, I have a Lawn Seal diamond plate style vinyl floor in the garage because it's one of the most durable floor types and is highly scratch resistant, so I can store my bikes and gear without having to worry. But it looks industrial, so it isn't really what I wanted in our living space. Up here, I went with a different kind of high-density vinyl. It's a lighter colored vinyl weave with a hint of black, so it ties in with the other black features inside the van. I will say, while it looks great from a distance, the texture of the weave up here does make it very difficult to clean. So in hindsight, I probably would have chosen something with a smoother texture to make sweeping and wiping up messes easier. Cork flooring is another option, but it is much more expensive than vinyl and laminate. It's better insulated and has more natural sound dampening tendencies, but it does require regular upkeep to prevent damage, and it is susceptible to scratching. That covers the basics of van flooring. In the next lesson, we're going to dive into electrical systems for your van. It has a lot in it, but we're going to take you through it one step at a time, so we'll see you there.